Waiting in line and find it hard to define.
Yes, I do find it hard to define, guys. So, alright, let's continue. What I think my name means, okay, this alien name, it just means balance, guy. I am lucky enough to have the letters, the characters, the selves of the galaxies of my universe, which is my name, in your third dimensional consciousness thinking, okay? Third dimensional consciousness is understanding self, galaxy, universe, okay? Fifth dimensional consciousness is understanding that self is the universe because the 3 is a 1. And a 2 and a 3, okay? Or a circled 4 is a 5. Or a, oh geez. Okay, a circled 13 is a 5. Or 1, 3 is a 4. So, think about my name, okay? Look. K, E, the only one that goes down is V. Okay? I, N. J, A, N, O, K. Right? These are the only two that traverse. A 17, guy. A 17 in the middle column of balance. A 17 is left over. A 17 is left over. So what this tells me is my name, if any name remains, or any word, or any combination thereof, that remains on Armageddon, okay, or stays in balance with only the middle column, or the 5th column of time, 4th dimension, okay? It's interesting, Kevin Janik, again, is KJ, which is a 21, okay? And what I think happens is you go from 5th dimensional consciousness, which is the middle of a 1 by 9, okay? Or, okay, it's the, it's like not the middle of, it's really like, you know, like the 1 by 2, okay? It's the creation of a 1 by 2. It's like a singularity. It creates a 1 around a 1 by 2. It's really, this circled 5 is actually like, should be represented by a 4. In a different cipher, in a different version of this. Anyways. Okay, so KJ is 21. 21 is this. This is where the V is. The V is the 22nd letter. The V is the 22nd letter. The V is the only letter that goes off of, you know, your UN logo, flat sediment in your icosahedron. Okay, that's filled 6/7 filled with water. And at the top would make a 2-dimensional plane of a circle. That's what this is, these 5 cells. It's a circle. So I'm on there. I have a little bit extra hanging out, but everything's there out of 2 things. The 2 things total this. The new ones have different values, but they're still all 1s. We know this. And when I did a little finagling with the Jewish gematria cipher for the values of the letters, okay, that's 700, okay, you know, 7 with a 1 and a 0 for 10, 700, 700, the 21, you know, 13th dimensional consciousness is the middle of a 1 by 3, a 1 of 7 of 13 of 110, which is quite significant. We're going from here, Earth, to Armageddon. No, we're going from Armageddon to Earth, guy. Bringing heaven to Earth. We're bringing the knowledge of heaven to Earth. The knowledge, okay, of the 42. So, yeah, this knowledge is basically bringing heaven to Earth, guy. It's bypassing this part of the circuit to do something useful with our energy instead of what we've been doing that doesn't really seem to be working. Rich get richer, the middle class stay worse, and the poor are there. It's interesting, the 21 symmetrical with the 322 when it collapses, you know, your 3-4, your 3-4, the visual light spectrum, the trinity of 3-4s making a V, or an L on an angle going into the plane. It's interesting that the N, there's 2 of them. There's one in the middle of a 1 by 3, and there's one at the end of a 1 by 3. There's an N there, and there's an N there. An N is just these 2. It's 2 cells that make an N. It doesn't really make 14, but it makes a 14. Maybe that's why there's 2 N's down here. two Ks. Why are there two Ks? Why are there two of these? You know? I don't know. It's on the left. Don't know. But apparently when this folds over to this side, maybe this one-dimensional line, because a 3 is a 1, this 3 will now be balanced in a big fat one-dimensional line. That's what it is. The 3 is the 1 guy. I see it now. There. You've merged time and space with love. And you're worried about my attitude and lack? And my attitude, lady or guy. What are you left with? A 3 and a 3 and a 3. Well, it probably makes a triangle. A capstone from a different point of view. One-dimensional lines. Flipped. It's interesting. I have a point of reference. Okay, your O. Why is your O here when your O is in the middle? Now it's interesting that this 3 goes to that 1. It's interesting that these 2 go to this 2. It's interesting that this 1 goes from here. Why does this one get 1, but this one get 2? Where did the connection? Is it a 1-4 away? The V we talked about. The E is the middle. Why is it on the right? Why is the balance now on the right? You know, can anyone explain this? A, where's A? A could be here or here, like, you know? Why is it there? J are these 3. Where are these 3? Oh, maybe it needs balance, so like it's like really heavy on the right here, and then it has to go really heavy on the left. Which means same, like, because this one has 3 attached, it's further left, and because this one has 1, it's not as left, and because this one has like 2, maybe it's like closer, and then because this one has 3, it's closer, and the K only has like 1 kind of really shared with the right, you know, in balance, so it's in the middle, and then balance goes to the right, the knowledge, and then the V, or the V, you know, that's 2 out of 3 ain't on it, you know, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3, over, it's in the middle of the 3. But why is the I on the right? So maybe it's on the right, and it stays to the right, and the N is on the extreme right, and it's on the right again, so I don't know. Trying to figure out the pattern. Remember, there's 2 spells because the 6436 becomes the 69. And why? Why is that? Does that mean there's 2 depths? Yeah, my frame of reference is my name. I'm trying to decode my reality. I'm allowing you to be an observer. Hopefully a polite observer. Okay? I've never met anyone in grad studies who wasn't on edge or stressed out all of the time. Do you know, have you hung around universities and people in school and stuff? People doing PhDs and doctorates? No? What do you think it would be like to be Tesla? Talking to pigeons guy. Or what do you think it would be like to be like Schrodinger or like Maxwell or one of these guys? Like, you know, like probably 2/3 of all the famous physicists were like heavily addicted to opiates and stuff. And here I am trying to be pretty PG. Not extremely, but I'm trying. I'm trying. You live in a land down under the sea in a bubble. You don't live on a flat, you observe it flat because it's your goddamn eyes. It's your 18 and your 25. It's your circled R for your registered trademark of your 2 eyes, guy. Yeah, you see things as flat, no shit. But you live in a cell. And I think seeing things audially, visually is a lot easier to interpret than these one-dimensional lines on this 2-dimensional plane. Apparently, thousands of years and billions of people reading it haven't figured it out yet. Because you're trapped, separated from heaven, guy. You need to bring heaven to earth, and the only way to do that is cellular energy. You know how good these would be in Africa? You know how good these would be? Name, insert country here. And my first priority should be to build one of these for all of the countries and make sure that they have representatives from each country, understand how to replicate them for their countries. And if they aren't able to help their people, they will not be in their positions anymore. You know? Being real here. It represents your two eyes and your fifth dimensional reality. But you need to know that you're a 13th dimensional being because you're man. You know what 13 represents down here? Mercury, the messenger of God. The creepy things. The fool. That's the beasts. And these are the cattle. You know, going into slaughter. There were so many more numbers in this movie than there were in this movie. But this movie was required because, like, it needed a collective consciousness of man to focus on the G's, guy. Aw, G's. Big wheels keep on turning. Proud Mary, you know, the 17 rows down here of these 5. Making a P. Proud Mary. Yeah, Armageddon wheels spinning on an axle, going to a magnet in heaven. 13th dimensional consciousness. Maybe that's understanding, like, you know, where are you? The bigger picture. Or not. You don't like my attitude. You lose everyone and everything. You lose the ability to go back to sleep. Put yourself in Cypher's shoes from the Matrix. He wanted to get unplugged from, or plugged back into the Matrix. He wanted ignorance as bliss. That's what that character symbolizes. You can't turn it off. I can't sit here and listen to a radio. I can't sit here and listen to a movie. I can't sit watch a movie. I can't even play a football video game without seeing the numbers of creation that make me go kind of like itchy and twitchy. It's in everything now. It's there for a reason. It's there to be seen. It's not nefarious. It's not Luciferian. Kind of is, but it isn't. You know, it's being laid on so thick right now that if you're not able to see it, it's kind of like laughable, I'd say, because it's in everything now. Okay? It's all very interesting. You know, like, Jesus probably didn't, like, make a lot of people happy. You know, walking into the market and kicking all the tables over and whipping people. Like, I'd be like, wow, look at that asshole. But I bet you there was like 5 or 6 guys that were like, hey, look at that guy. What the fuck? Let's go talk to this guy and calm him down or something. And then maybe they went to the bar, and then that group of 6 became like, you know, like a 12 or a 13. And they all saw the same thing. And then they're all walking around like aliens, going like, why is everyone strange? Okay, it's just like, it's the New Testament. This is part of the New Testament, guy. A test of the mental. Take down the governing of the mental by understanding what they use to enslave your mind. And waste your time, and my time. Sorry for wasting your time with these. I'm not even going to decode the hexagram thing. You go right ahead. I think it's all there. If not, let me know.